Hello, I'm your host, Jean-Paul Baran, President of Focus on the Family Canada. Welcome to the Thriving Family, a Focus on the Family Canada podcast. This is the space where family, faith, and culture intersect. Thanks to generous donors who support our ministry, you can enjoy the Thriving Family, ad-free without any interruptions. In this season of the podcast, we're talking about communication and conflict, which is one of the most common topics people come to us about. As parents, Susan and I know what it's like to want the very best for our children. It's natural for parents to step in and ensure our children will be okay. So, how do we balance that tightrope of protective parental instinct and preventing our children from launching into adulthood? Today's episode, What to Do When Your Child Won't Grow Up, tackles these questions with love and care thanks to the wisdom of our in-house counselors. So let's dive in.
As a counselor, I receive a number of calls from parents who are concerned about their adult children. Most want to know what they can do to help. After they describe the situation, I suggest they continue to pray. Often the parent replies, "Well, I do that, but what else can I do?" "Nothing," I respond. Let me tell you, the ensuing silence is deafening. Most parents don't want to believe there is nothing they can do to straighten out their adult children. I think God must have felt the same way. His radical solution was to send his son. One mother asked me how she could motivate her 23-year-old son to finish school. He lived at home, was sullen and uncommunicative, didn't work, didn't help around the house, slept all day, and was on the computer or out most of the night. Let's be honest, this young man had it made. He was living on Easy Street while his parents were pulling out their hair trying to motivate him. They had just bought him a car because he had convinced them he needed one so he could job hunt. His mother was cutting out job ads and strategically placing them in his room. I suggested that if she wanted to motivate him, she could give him a month to find another place to live, and mean it. At some level, this mother knew it was the right thing, but she just couldn't bring herself to do it. What's the underlying problem here? It seems obvious, unless we're talking about our own adult child. In the story I just shared, this young man has never learned how to take care of himself. He's never had to because his parents treat him like a child. And so, he remains one. If parents want their children to become mature adults, they need to let them embrace life, make decisions, and face the consequences for those decisions. Even when it seems guaranteed the child is heading for disaster, parents have to step back, watch, and pray. Parents who treat their adult children like younger children are, in effect, saying, "I don't believe you can look after yourself, so I'll do it." The message our adult child hears is, "We don't trust you to run your own life." Ultimately, parents want adult children who have godly character. When we try to protect our adult children from suffering, we undermine and cripple them, because it's through suffering that God shapes our character. God has given us free will. He watches us all make some horrendous decisions, but doesn't prevent the consequences because he knows that's how we learn and grow. It's also how we come to depend on him more and more. We can do no less with our own children than God does with us. So, how do we do this? It starts by adopting a long-term vision. Parents were once the center of their child's life. How quickly that changes. But it's so important that parents adjust to this change. Parents must embrace a long-term vision that guides them in their decisions that will help, not thwart, their child's development into the mature, God-loving person that God created them to be. Part of that vision is letting the child make their own age-appropriate decisions and allowing them to face the consequences. At some point, parents must let go of their children entirely. They must completely entrust them to the Lord, which is much easier said than done. It goes against every instinct a parent has. Most parents I speak with begin to understand how they have enabled their children to stay irresponsible. Our conversations then turn to the parents' next steps. How do they let go? Mothers seem to struggle with this more than fathers. Fathers are often more willing to take a tough love approach sooner than mothers. But tough love is necessary if we want to give our adult children the best chance of making a go of life. Hopefully, we won't wait until they are adults, but it's never too late. You may be in this situation, and your main question is, what can I do now? If you struggle with how to support your adult child, tell them how much you love them, believe in them, and know they are capable of handling life with all its inherent risks, failures, and successes. Let your adult kid know you're making some changes. No more suggestions, advice, or lectures. When problems arise, just listen to them. Let them know you understand and that you believe they will eventually sort it out. In the end, we don't know what anyone else should or shouldn't do, even our adult children. We certainly know what we would do, but we don't know what is best for someone else or what God has in store. One mother asked me a tough question. What if something terrible happens? Here's the honest truth. Something terrible might happen, or it might not. There are no guarantees. Christ tells us we will have trouble in this world. We cannot prevent our children from suffering, but we can teach them how to deal with it in a godly way. Life is not easy, but we know that Christ will be with us no matter what. Can you entrust back to God those He has entrusted to you?
If you're walking through this situation yourself, you know how difficult this topic can be. I hope you feel encouraged and equipped with the deep wisdom from our counseling department in this episode, and that you gained some clarity on how to support your adult child. In the show notes, you'll find a link to our PDF booklet called Helping Young Adults Thrive, which includes more information on parenting in this unique stage of life. You'll also find a link to our free video series that addresses the heartbreaking topic of when adult children wander away from their faith. If you wish to talk about this further, or if it brought up something that you would like to talk through, you can have a free one-time consultation with one of our registered counselors at Focus on the Family Canada over the phone. Give us a call at 1-800-661-9800 to request a consult. It's our gift to you. Thanks for listening to today's episode of The Thriving Family, a podcast from Focus on the Family Canada. If you like this episode, please leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to subscribe. If you feel led, you can make a donation to focusonthefamilycanada.ca/podcast giving. This program is available ad-free because of the generosity of our donors. Most importantly, please remember that we're here for you and your family.